Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome. We are in session 26 of the course now. As you know, we have finished all the word families, in the sense that all vowel sounds, all vowel patterns, and two vowel patterns we have finished. In fact, we also studied a club of words, shan. Till now, what is left is three vowels coming in continuity, three or more vowels. Can you read out the first two lines?
Acquaint, acquiesce,
Acquiesce.
acquiesce, edu, eon, agreeable, ambiguous, anxious, arduous, bow,
Bew.
bew, beauty, bedow, bedouin,
Bedouin.
bedouin,
Bedouin.
bedouin, behavior,
Okay.
betrayal, bivouac, boy, bureau, furious, delirious, dying, dubious, eye, eyeing, fleeing, freeing, furious.
Okay. Sparsh.
Gaiety,
Gaiety.
gaiety, ideas, injurious, joyous, judicious,
Judicious.
judicious,
Judicious.
judicious, kayak,
Kayak.
kayak, layout, lesson,
Liaison.
liaison,
Liaison. Liaison.
liaison,
Zon nahi. Liaison.
liaison,
Zon.
lieu, marquee,
Marquee.
marquee, milieu,
Milieu.
milieu, miscellaneous,
Miscellaneous.
miscellaneous,
Miscellaneous.
miscellaneous,
Miscellaneous मतलब several, विविध. आगे बढ़ो.
meritorious, nauseous,
Nauseous.
nauseous, notorious, obnoxious,
Obnoxious.
obnoxious, odious,
Odious.
odious, pious,
Good.
plateau,
Plato.
plateau, quell,
Quail.
quail, quaint, queen, queer, que, quite.
Quiet.
savior, serious, squeak, squeal, surreptitious,
Surreptitious.
surreptitious, tableau,
Tableau.
tableau, tedious, teeing, tenuous, various, vicious, view, viewer, wobble, voyage.
Voyage. Okay. So lots of difficult words here. Any word which looks familiar, for which you would like to know the meaning quickly? Yeah, Bedouin. What is Bedouin? Nomadic Arab. That is often written with capital B also. Okay. Liaison. Connection, communication. Liaison officer is a staff member who establishes contact among several parties. T. In golf, there is an action called T, that is a verb. So, the fifth form of that is teeing. Okay. So, now we have covered all the vowel sounds. So, it is time to have a quick look at a summary of all the vowel sound patterns that we have seen till now. So, the simple ones which we covered in quarter 1 of the course are here. So, you see these are the columns of A, E, I, O, U, W and Y. Okay. So, in the single vowel sounds we studied the sound patterns of each vowel separately, and the major sound pattern is in large letters, minor sound patterns are in small letters, and then the effect of the end E, and similarly the minor patterns of that are here. So, we studied cat, car, ball, and then make, and as exceptions care, hand, candle, right. Then with E we studied bed, her, report. So, 3 sounds you hear, and then the effect of E here, words with an end E, gene here, temple, different kinds of sounds of that pattern. With I we had these patterns, big, sir, mind, and then 5, fire, simple. With O we had box, cold, sun and comb, and then home, come, and bottle and move, right. With U we had these sound patterns, cup, put, tube, sure, uncle, right. W alone as a vowel does not appear. With Y the 2 typical sounds are there in baby and cry. Now, as we came to 2 vowel sequences, these remain the columns of A, E, I, O, U, W, Y, and before that another vowel, and these are the rows of A, E, I, O, U. Okay. So, A and then a vowel. So, this is one word which also has come into English from another language, kral. Okay. And this kind of words, I mean words with this kind of sound spelling patterns are very rare in English. So, we did not have any word family as such, and this has come from a language the name of which is Afrikaans with AA. That language has a lot of double A words, and that is connected to Dutch. In Dutch you have such words in good supply. Okay. And then AE, algae, this is also a rare family, but not so rare as this. Then AI, we had rain, hair, chaos here, pause, law, and day, A and one vowel, okay, or semi vowel for that matter. Similarly, in the row of E, we had EA, beat, head, near, earth. These are the typical sound patterns. EE, green and deer. EI, with being and eight. You see different sound patterns. Then peon, euro, new, key and they, 2 different sounds. With I and I followed by another vowel, we have serial and dial, 2 typical sounds. IE, field, die, fierce, alien, 4 typical sounds. II, typical sound is radii. Here radio and lion, here medium. IW and IY as vowel are very rare. Okay. O followed by another vowel, boat, toe, poem, boil, double O, moon, book, and OU, cloud, rough, 4, group, and there is one more, bot. Then OW, low, down, these are the typical sounds, and then here boy. Okay. U followed by a vowel, dual, due, blue, cruel, check, 4 patterns. UI, ruin, build, fruit, guide, 4 patterns. Then here duo, here vacuum, and then again UW coming as vowel is very rare. UY, this is also rare, but one or 2 common words are there, buy and guy. Okay. After these, we studied a club of words in which the spelling patterns are different, but pronunciation is similar, and we call that the Shan club. Okay. and in that we saw that TION, SION, double SION and CIAN have a typical sound pattern which is very similar: action, tension, mission, magician. And TI in particular quite often stands for SH in sound, even if after that ON does not come. Examples: initiate, partial, patience, fictitious. And just now we saw a number of words with 3 vowels in a row, and as a sample of that here is one edu. Okay. So, that is the end of the vowel sound pattern study that we are conducting. So, this is the summary of all the vocabulary other than verbs that we are covering within the modules or quarters 1, 2 and 3. Okay. In 4 we will start with many other things. Maybe we have 1 or 2 sentences with these. Sparsh, take your pick on a suitable word of this and give us a sentence, whichever word you like.
Yesterday I saw a beautiful cat.
Beautiful cat. Okay. I thought that you have seen a beautiful flower or a beautiful girl or something like that. Fine. So, you might have seen a beautiful cat, which is fine. So, yesterday I saw a beautiful cat. Fine, good sentence. Okay. Anybody to make a sentence with notorious?
He was a notorious student back then.
He was a notorious student back then. Okay. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? He was a notorious student back then. उस समय वह एक खतरनाक सा स्टूडेंट हुआ करता था. ठीक है, अजीब अजीब घटनाएं करता था जिससे कि लोग परेशान हो जाते थे. ओके, सो वी कंटिन्यू with another little exercise on with words taken from here, but what we will exercise, what we will practice upon in this is connections. Okay. So, you people will basically give examples of connections with the help of and, or, but, so, or many other things. Okay. And in some instances that may come as one sentence in which things are connected in some way or the other, or it may come in a sequence of 2 sentences in which some connector is establishing a logical or meaning connection, connection of meaning, a logical connection or connection of meaning between the 2 sentences. Okay.
Elections are costly affairs, but they are important.
Collections, elections. Elections are costly affairs, but they are important. So, it is a single sentence. Okay. But is establishing the connection between the 2 parts of the sentence. Okay. Anything else? No.
I like fiction, so I like Sherlock Holmes.
These are one sentence or 2 sentences? These are 2 sentences, right? Which is fine. I like fiction, so I like Sherlock Holmes. But all people who like fiction do not like Sherlock Holmes. Anyway, as an example, this is fine, but the logic is not very clear. That so is actually a little out of place. You can make a different connection, not necessarily with so. You can say, I like fiction, in particular, I like Sherlock Holmes. That in particular is actually establishing the connection. Okay? Logical connection, meaning connection. Anything else?
If you come to pick me at the railway station, I will be happy.
If you come to pick me at the railway station, I will be happy. Okay. So, that if at the beginning is actually establishing the connection between the 2 parts of the sentence. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका स्पर्श?
अगर तुम मुझे रेलवे स्टेशन पे लेने आओगे तो मैं खुश मतलब कि हो जाऊंगी,
मुझे खुशी होगी,
खुशी होगी.
ठीक है. ओके, एनीथिंग एल्स? Yes.
Yesterday I saw action movie.
Yesterday I saw an action movie. Fine. Now put another sentence after this.
But I didn't like it.
But I did not like it. Okay. It can be a single sentence also. Okay. In that case, when you write it at the end of the first part, you will put a comma and then the rest will come. On the other hand, it can be two sentences. Okay. The second sentence will start with but. So, both are possible, and these connections are basically connections of meaning. Okay. Okay. So, more connecting words. Yes, Sparsh. Can you read out the first line? And here, if you do not know the meaning of any of them, you will ask. Okay, because these things are such that you typically should know majority of them. Okay?
And, or, but, so, therefore, hence, because, since.
All are known. Therefore and hence are close. Because and since are close. Okay.
As, thus,
Thus.
now, then, after, before, if, that, what.
Make note. This is a note to those people who know a lot of grammatical terms and try to quickly connect anything with grammatical terms. These are connectors, okay, connecting words, not necessarily conjunctions. Okay. These are not necessarily conjunctions. Many of them are adverbs, many of them are prepositions. They are connectors in the sense that they connect different things in a sentence or connect different sentences through their connection in meaning. Okay. So, in that sense they are connectors, they are not necessarily conjunctions. Okay. Fine.
Which, when, where, while, whether, also, not, yet.
Okay. Give an example in which has been used as a connector. I said that sentence just now. Give an example in which has been used as a connector.
She is wearing a dress which I liked.
Beautiful. She is wearing a dress which I liked. Okay. I bought a book today which I needed badly. Okay. Okay. Continue.
Though, although, moreover, however, whenever, wherever.
Okay. Though. Somebody make a sentence with using though, and somebody else make a statement with although. Give an example of a sentence with though.
Though I like maths, but I don't like calculation.
You don't need that but. This is what I wanted to illustrate. Though I like maths,
But I don't like calculation.
I do not like calculations. Okay. So, if but comes, then that though you don't need. Okay. So, this is an important point. Similar situation with although. Okay. Continue here.
Till, until, unless, once, provided, accordingly.
What is the difference between until and unless? Until और unless में फर्क क्या है?
Until मतलब कि मतलब जब तक ये समय ना हो जाए, मतलब कि
और unless?
unless मतलब कि जब तक कोई पर्सन कह रहा है कि हाँ उस समय में ना आ.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Until make a reference to time and unless is just a condition. Okay. So time से कोई खास झुकाव नहीं है उसका. Until का time के साथ एक झुकाव है. Okay. So some people have a favorite phrase unless and until. Okay. So that what they mean is that this condition has to be fulfilled and that event has to be over. Okay. So some condition has to be fulfilled and some time has to arrive. So that is the understanding of unless and until. But people use it too many times. Okay. Okay. Accordingly. Okay. Iske mutabik. Okay. So, accordingly typically comes in connecting two different sentences, and the word accordingly appears in the second sentence. Typical connection. Okay. Provided matlab if is very poor for that. Basharte ki. Okay. I will give you leave provided that you complete your work before that. Okay. So, I am making it conditional. Okay. Fine.
Consequently, subsequently, similarly, incidentally.
Okay. Consequently and subsequently. What is the difference?
Consequence is result.
Yes.
Subsequent is happens after
Time.
that.
This follows a sequence of time. This follows a sequence of causality. Okay. Fine.
Accidentally, finally, anyway, next, further, besides.
What is the difference between incidentally and accidentally?
Accidentally, when something bad happens.
Typically, though not necessarily. Incidentally is something which is likely to happen and happened. Okay. Accidentally is something which was not expected, okay, but happened, and yes, as you said, that quite often with a bad connotation, unfortunate connotation. Yes.
Likewise, otherwise, else, still, meanwhile, despite, instead.
Okay. Now, there are some with two word connections. Okay, two word connectors.
As if, even though, so that, such that, till then.
Okay. Though and even though are two different things. Okay. So, even though is something in which you try to put a stronger contrast between two parts. Okay. And as if and even if are typically going in the opposite directions. Okay. Not exactly opposite. So, as if, okay, make a sentence in which as if comes.
He treated me as if he didn't know me.
Oh yes, this is a good sentence. He treated me as if he did not know me. Okay. I will treat you even if I do not. I will treat you well even if I do not know you. Okay. Next.
Until now, so far, instead of course, for example, instance.
For example or for
For
instance, they are in the same class. Okay. Fine. Of course का मतलब क्या है स्पर्श? पक्का. पक्का. Of course. निश्चित तौर पर. Okay. हाँ, इसको पढ़ो.
In fact, as long as, on the contrary, in the meantime, in
रुको. In fact मतलब वास्तव में एक सेंटेंस बनाओ. In fact, anybody?
In fact, he did arrive early.
In fact, he
Did arrive early.
did arrive. You want to say? Then stress the word did.
In
Okay.
fact, he did arrive.
Yeah. In fact, he did arrive early. With what earlier sentence it is making a connection?
The boss scolded him for not coming early.
Or the boss scolded him for being late. However, this is another connection. However, he was not late. In fact, he did arrive early or he came early. Okay. So, that in fact is making the connection with the previous sentence and a connection of opposition. Okay. On the contrary, give an example of a sentence with on the contrary. In fact, it will be typically a two sentence pattern, but in a single sentence also it can come. typically it is a two sentence pattern in which this one on the contrary connector comes in the second sentence. I am not getting bored by this class. On the contrary, I am enjoying it to the hilt. Okay. So, on the contrary. Next,
In spite of, on the other hand, either or, neither nor.
okay. In spite of. Can you find out anything here which is the replacement of in spite of? Despite. Okay. So, in one word it replaces this in spite of. On the other hand, quite often comes with on one hand. Okay. So, this discussion benefits the teachers on one hand, while giving students a lot of examples to study from on the other. Okay. Either or, neither nor. Sparsh, you know the use of this? Okay, give an example in which either or will come, and make note that some dot 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 is here.
I like either math or
No. You cannot do that. You cannot like either math or physics. Okay.
I like either teacher or
You cannot like either or. Either or is exclusive.
take either this chocolate
Or that chocolate. Okay. Take either this chocolate or that chocolate. Okay, very good. Either we write the solution or we say it. Okay. Neither nor.
I don't eat neither this chocolate and not.
Then don't is not right. I will take neither this chocolate nor that chocolate. Okay, fine. We will get some other chocolate for you. Okay. Today's assignment is something which I hope you will like. There is a quotation, actually a famous quotation. The history of every major galactic civilization tends to pass through three distinct and recognizable phases: those of survival, inquiry, and sophistication, otherwise known as the how, why, and where phases. For instance, the first phase, that is survival. The first phase is characterized by the question, how can we eat? The second by the question, why do we eat? And the third by the question, where shall we have lunch? So, this is a jovial quotation from Douglas Adams. What I am asking you to do is not so jovial, it is a little serious business, because behind this jovial comment there is a deep truth, okay? And you unearth that truth in expanding this idea behind this in roughly 15-20 sentences in the context of not galactic civilization, but human civilization, in the context of the history of human communities and empires. Okay? And in this composition, if you use some known facts from world history, then it will be a good idea to verify the authenticity of what you write from some respectable source, and you may mention that I know this from this source. Okay? So, this is the assignment for today's lesson. Okay. Any questions from anywhere? No? So, you can stop. Yeah, you have a question?
Is there any difference between meanwhile and
In the meantime. No, I wanted to tell. Yes, they are same. Meanwhile and in the meantime, they are same. Yes. That is another pair of equivalent connectors. Anything else? Fine. So, try to practice upon these connectors to an extent, so that you feel comfortable with them. Okay, thank you. We will meet again in session 27.